Hello everyone, thanks for attending this webinar with the University of Hull. I would like to thank Ms. Aima who joined us today, and thanks to all the participants as well. So my name is Saqib. I am branch manager at the Edvoy Pakistan Lahore office, and the Aima is a representative representing the University of Hull. So today's point of arranging this webinar is if any of you have any questions or have any queries regarding University of Hull, their courses, their fee structure, any relevant information you need, you can get via this presentation. And at the end of this webinar, you can ask your questions in the QA box, and we will go through those questions one by one. I hope this webinar will be very beneficial and informative for you. So you should start now and just drop your questions in the QA box. Okay, over to you.
Thank you. And good morning or good afternoon, should I say, to everyone. I'm just going to share my screen with you so that you can see my presentation. Bear with me one moment. So my name is Emma Payne. I'm the International Recruitment Manager at the University of Hull, and I cover the areas of South Asia and the Middle East and North Africa. So you're definitely with the right person today. I have a lot of experience in student recruitment. I've traveled to Pakistan quite a few times, one of my favorite places to go. I'm really sad that I can't be there with you at the moment and looking forward to coming back. Now, I'm going to talk to you today about a lot of things about the University of Hull. And as we said, we'll do a Q&A at the end. And we can clarify any doubts that you have as well at that point. I know we've already got some questions coming in, but I will answer those at the end. So most of the pictures that you see in this presentation are of the University of Hull, and those that aren't, I'll let you know, but we're really lucky that we have a really, really beautiful green campus, very, very close to the city centre in Hull. Now, you might never have heard of Hull before, and you might be wondering, what is the University of Hull? Where is the University of Hull? We're actually in a city of the same name. However, our full title is Kingston upon Hull. And we are in the northeast of England. We are very, very close to the coast. We're also a port city, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along as well. Now, in terms of getting around from Hull, I moved here 3.5 years ago when I joined the university, and I was really impressed by how connected we are as a city. Now, our nearest other cities close by are York and Leeds. They take 1 hour to get to. Bradford, if you've got family there, takes 1 hour and 20 minutes to get to by train as well. Manchester takes 2 hours, so to get over to that really thriving metropolis of Manchester is really close. And get down to London on our direct trains takes 2.5 hours, so really great to go and have a day out to London, go and see all those really amazing tourist attractions, or meet up with any friends that you've got studying down there. I have a family close to London, so I go down that way very often, or I was before the pandemic. Currently been stuck very much in Hull, but really happy to be here. In terms of airports, most of our students fly in and out from Manchester, but we also have Leeds Bradford close by as well. Bradford has PIA direct flights if you want to fly directly from Pakistan, rather than connecting either through London if you're flying British Airways, via UAE if you're flying Emirates, Qatar, etc. I have only ever flown in from Manchester to Pakistan, but I've also been down to London and taken BA flights out to Islamabad as well. So lots and lots of different options. We generally do our airport pickups from Manchester, and once you're a student or once you've gone through kind of the admissions point, you've paid your deposits and you're all set to come with us, we'll be sending out more information about airport pickups. Now, I'm going to give you a few really cool facts about our city and why Hull's a great place to be. Now, this is the Humber Bridge, and the Humber Bridge connects us, the city of Hull, with the South Bank. And it's a really great thing to go and do. You can actually walk across this, the UK's longest suspension bridge, but as a city, it connects us to the South Bank, which is where we are in this picture. Now, what's really good about that is there's lots of different industry on the South Bank, as well as over in the north with the city of Hull. Now, on the South Bank, you've got things like petrochemical, you've got lots of different types of logistics and supply, and they're also building a port to service the world's largest wind farm. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for students if they're looking into any kind of renewables, looking at using the South Bank for those types of interactions. So not only is it great for an Instagram picture, it really is good for connectivity in our city too. Now, I'm hoping that you will have seen some pictures of the UK before, and you might have seen pictures of our very iconic looking British telephone boxes. And in the UK, in every place, they are red. However, as you can see in this picture, this one is not red, it's white. And the reason for that is that we have our own telecommunications network in our city. They're called KCOM, and they have said that they are providing us with one of the fastest internet speeds in the world. And I have to say, so far, it's been good for me during the lockdown. So KCOM are great. They provide lots of different job opportunities. So whether you're an electrical engineer, telecoms engineer, if you're looking to do something as a business analyst, coming out of a business management background, there's lots of different job opportunities with KCOM once you graduate. So a really great place, one, to be looking for potential student jobs, but also once you graduate too, and also providing us with a fantastic service. Now, we're really lucky to have this amazing tourist attraction. It's called the Deep, and it's our local aquarium. And not only has it got lots of facilities and looking at different marine wildlife from our own environments, you can actually go into our local waters, as you can see them in the picture here. You can see lots of different tropical fish. They've got their own penguin population. But as a university, we also have one of our research institutes based within the Deep as well. So if you're interested in ecology, marine biology, environmental studies, then you may have chance to use the facilities in the Deep. Deep will be opening up very soon and be having people coming back to see what amazing things they have to offer. I'm yet to go, and I'm looking forward to that being open, especially as I've got lots of time in the UK at the moment. Now, as I've said, we're a port city, and lots of those things I've talked to you about already are on the water. This is part of our port. And we're really lucky to have one of the UK's largest port complexes in our city, and brings in great finances into our city and provides lots of different opportunities for jobs. Now, students who are doing logistics and supply chain will actually get access to the port, find out how the different logistic sides of things work within this working environment. There's lots of different industry in the port, from fishing, once again, that offshore wind farming, lots of different shipping and maneuvering of different things as well. So really good access, really good opportunity for jobs, but really good way to see lots of different things about how logistics and supply work in practice. Now, as a city, I've already gave you an idea of where we are in the country. As a city, we're one of the smaller UK cities. We have a population of around 260,000 people. And because we're smaller, it actually means that we're very friendly. And we also are one of the more affordable cities in the UK. I live here. I really, really like living here because it is a very affordable place to be. Now, the city itself has got lots of things to offer. So you can go shopping, there's cinema, bowling, museums, places to go out and get some really fantastic food as well. We're also really lucky to have a waterfront area, which is where our marina is, and there's lots of different restaurants and cafes in that area. Great place to go and have a nice walk around on a Sunday when it's a little quieter. And then we also have Old Town, and Old Town is really, really beautiful. It's very much based on the Victorian layout of our city and where it was back kind of like a couple of 100 years ago now, and really close together houses, cobbled streets. There's a pub on every corner, and they serve great fish and chips in this area too. Now, closer to campus, we've got our student district, and student district is based on what we call Newland Avenue. And this is a really short walk from campus, and it's got all of the things that you're going to need to survive as a student. So it's got some really good butchers and bakers. It's got lots of different supermarkets, lots of international supermarkets as well. One of the really cool things to know is that we also have a really big range of halal butchers in Hull. We've got a really good population of Muslim students in our city. So not just students, but also locals as well. So they're providing all of those facilities that you want. We're also really lucky that we've got a couple of mosques really close to campus in the student district as well. Now, also within the student district, you've got lots of places to entertain yourselves. There's lots of different restaurants and cafes and places like that as well. So really, really great places to be going and having an afternoon out or an evening out with friends. Now, the student district from the city centre is 2 miles, and it takes about 20 minutes on the bus to get there. Now, if it's quiet, then it's really good. It's actually quicker than 20 minutes. And if the traffic's a little busier, then roughly how long it will take you. Now, once we've finished with outside of the city, we're looking to go wider. So what's next after Hull? Well, we're in the county of East Yorkshire. And you might have heard of Yorkshire. We've got an amazing cricket team, lots of players that will have played for Pakistan or maybe from Pakistan in the past. In this area itself, we have some really amazing seaside resorts. One of them is on the picture in front of you. That's Scarborough. Really great place to go and have a day out on the beach. Go and find out what the British culture is really like in our seaside towns. I would say go on a sunny day. Don't go on a grey one. Otherwise, you'll wonder why we get so excited about going to the beach in the UK. Now, these places are really close by to the university. You're looking at like an hour and 20 minutes on the train, so really, really easy to get there. Now, the part of the country that we're in has some really amazing grasslands and gentle hills to get out and about and really see what the British countryside is like. And I have to say, it is truly beautiful. Now, I've already talked about our links to the rest of the country, and you'll know how easy it is to get to and from Hull. Now, onto the university itself. We have been there a long time. We've been there for over 90 years. We were formed back in 1927. We became a university in our own right in 1954. And we're one of the oldest universities in England, the 14th to be exact. We're very much the red brick style. So we have red brick buildings on our campus and we have ivy growing up, many of them. And it's a really, really beautiful place to be learning. Now, the campus is holding slightly less than the 14,500. This is our overall numbers of students. Campus holds about 12,000, and over 1,000 of those are international. This is going to be a little bit bigger this year, I think, because we've got really great, exciting application numbers coming through this year, especially from our students from Pakistan. So I'm hoping we're going to have a really nice Pakistani community on campus. Now, as a university, we've been investing a lot of money into our facilities. It's up to about 300 million at the moment, and I'll tell you a little bit more about where we're spending that in a moment. Now, one of those amazing facilities is the Allen Medical Building, and this is really great for students who are studying not only medicine or biomed sciences, but any of our students. It will give you a facility that's really great to go and get individual study space in. There's also really amazing classrooms that you might be scheduled to be in as well. So wonderful building. It was opened by the Queen in 2017 and it won the award for buildings that inspire. Now, to give you an idea of the rankings of the University of Hull, now we've got 3 UK rankings. We sit at 64th in the Complete University Guide, 60th in the Times and Sunday Times, and 72nd in the Guardian. Now, this is really good to give you an idea of kind of what the students think about our campus, also the different metrics that we're measured on as a university. However, rankings aren't everything. So do look widely about your course, look at specific subject areas. Also, these UK rankings are really focused on undergrad study. If you're looking to come as a master's student, can be a little different. Now, the other rankings you can look at are the world rankings, and we think we do really well in these. To be placed in these positions of 500 to 600 in THE, 600 to 650 in QS, and 700 to 800 in the Academic World Rankings, which is run by the University Shanghai Jiao Tong in Shanghai. This means that we're a top university in the UK in terms of our world placing. So you're coming and you're getting a fantastic education from us. Excuse me. Now, we also have really, really good student employability, and this is for our international students. We have just under 88% of our international students are going into further work or study within 6 months of graduating. And we have really happy students too. So our current student satisfaction rate is sitting at 84.2%. We, every year, graduating students do a survey, and this is where we get this data from. Now, as a university, we are really proud of the research that we get involved in, and there's lots of different types of research that we undertake. Now, where we focus or where we are well known is in the quality of our geography and environmental studies. We're 3rd in the UK for research impact, and we're 5th in the UK for research impact for computer science. So these are 2 of our top areas for research. However, all of our subject areas have research within them, and that then filters down to what you're learning on either PhD, a master's, or on your undergraduate studies. And as part of all of your courses, you will do some element of research, either some kind of dissertation or research paper as part of your study. even at undergraduate level. Now, our research institutes, we have 4 at the university. We have the Wilberforce Institute, which looks at human rights and modern day slavery, the Energy and Environment Institute. So their big focuses at the moment are looking at water and the impact of things like flood, looking at the offshore wind farming side of things. So as I've mentioned, we've got big areas in that as a city, but also as a university as well. They're also looking at lots of different technologies, renewable technologies as well. So lots of different degrees that they're offering around this particular subject area, as well as the research that they're doing too. Within the Institute of Clinical and Applied Health Research, this covers our medical school, but also our students and our academics from nursing professions and healthcare as well. And they do research into things like palliative care and also cancer research as well. Then we have our Logistics Institute, which is based in the building in front of you, which is part of the business school. And they do a lot of different research into many areas. One of the big things that they've covered at the moment is looking at the impact of COVID on supply, and then also looking at the impact of Brexit on supply as well. So lots of really fantastic research there, and things that you can find out more about and will be influencing what you're studying on your degrees as well. Now, as a university, we are the only UK university to be partnering with the British Olympic team. And you might be thinking, well, I'm Pakistani. Why do I want to worry about the British Olympic team? They're out there for the British people. However, how about having a really amazing experience to do with the Olympics on your CV? And there's lots of different opportunities available for students in all different areas. So whether you're really into sport or not, doesn't really matter. We've had fantastic competitions run by Panasonic Japan, where our computer science students were able to develop different types of apps and actually won the competition for Europe as it was being run. We've also had the marketing professionals come from TBGB and talk with our business students who are doing marketing and look at the different ways that you can create different things, and how having that professional expertise coming into our university is giving you a really great way to how a really great kind of asset to a country works as well. So lots and lots of different opportunities for students there. Now, this is our campus, and we are really lucky to have a really beautiful green campus. And as a city, we have just been awarded the right to call ourselves an urban forest. And as you can see, we're a very green city. So campus is in the middle here. If I put the labels up, you can see where everything is. Library is in the middle, and everything revolves around it. And actually, it's really compact. So when students see this for the first time, they think, oh my goodness, it's really massive. And then once you get onto campus, you realize that it's much smaller, really easy to walk around. So it's where it says International Office down in the bottom of the picture. This is where I work when I'm back on campus. And for me to get to the library is going to take me 5 minutes. It's really, really convenient. We've also got lots of different accommodations on campus that will take you 5 minutes to get to the library as well. So there's some on the left, some on the right, and some just up to the back of the picture as well. So lots of available, and I'll talk to you more about those in a minute. But we're really lucky to have this fantastic facility. Now, on our campus itself, it's a 24 hours a day, 365 days a year place. We have security there all the time. So if you live on campus or you live close to campus and you want any support, you can always go to security on campus itself. They're based right at the entrance to campus. Now, some of our accommodations have also got have got on-site staff as well. So if you need any support while you're staying in on-campus accommodation, that's there too. Now, the campus itself has everything that you're going to need. It's got the library in the centre, as I've said. You've got a gym on there. We've got a great nightclub. There's lots of different places to hang out with your friends as well. You'll be getting all of your tutorials on there, your lectures, everything. So really everything in one space and everything that you're going to need as a student. Now, I was talking to you about how we've spent all of that £300 million in investing in our campus. This is one of the amazing facilities that we have on campus. We have our performance venue of Middleton Hall, and this is really great for students who are looking to do music and also those that are performers outside of that their subject area. So if you're coming and you're studying engineering, but actually you also are a singer, or you play guitar, or you play even like a traditional instrument as well, you can actually be using our facilities in our industry standard recording spaces or rehearsal rooms as well. So there's lots of ways that you can actually be using these facilities, even if you're not studying music. We also have a lot of external performances on at Middleton Hall as well. So it's a really great place to be able to go and find out what the latest things are happening as well locally. Now, I've mentioned that we have a gym on campus. I have to say it is an amazing space, and I am looking forward to getting back into the gym at some point. I keep saying I'll go, haven't gone yet, but I will. We have two like training rooms. This is one of them. This is our performance suite. We also have a standard gym as well, which has 120 stations in it. Really, really great place to be working out. Now, next to this particular suite is the sports hall, and you can see it kind of in the back of the picture. And the sports hall is amazing. So it has space to have up the cricket nets, the basketball courts, and 3 badminton courts all at the same time. So really, really big space to be playing and practicing whatever sport you're interested in. And I'm hoping that we've got some really good budding cricket players out there that will be coming and using those cricket nets in the near future. Now, as a library, this was refurbished in 2015, and I have to say it's one of those buildings that's really stood the test of time and looks really, really fantastic even now, 6 years on. Now, the library during term time, when we go back to kind of like more normal times outside of COVID, is open 24/7. So if you want to study at 2 in the morning and you can't do it in your study room or wherever you're staying, get onto campus, get in the library, and you can be using that space. There's also access to all of the different books and articles as well, not just physically, but also online. So while during the COVID pandemic, things have been running a little bit differently, it's given us students chance to be able to access those facilities as well. At the moment, students can book a space in the library. They can also book to be able to get information online. You can also book to be able to go and collect books from campus as well. So really, really fantastic place to be. There's also some really fantastic views from our 7th floor. So if you just want to kind of like go to a chill out space, that's a really good place to be as well. Now, I've mentioned that we have fantastic accommodation on our campus, and we have a guaranteed deadline of the 1st of October. So that means for all students that are coming this year, you're not too late to apply for accommodation. On campus, it's always a single room, either with a shared bathroom or a shared kitchen, or you can have everything to yourself, and lots and lots of different options. So we have studio apartments where you have everything all in one space. So you'll have your bathroom, you'll have your own kitchen and your sleeping space. We have 1-bedroom apartments with terrace balconies. So really, really good options as well. Now, there's also a fantastic option of renting privately. So a really good private rental market in Hull at the moment. And I have to say, it's what we would call a buyer's market. There's really, really good options for you out there. And I would say get this booked in as soon as possible. As soon as you know you're coming to Hull, if you've paid your deposit, you've got your visa, get your accommodation booked now so you give yourselves the best choices. In terms of booking a private accommodation, please go to Edvoy, ask them for advice. We don't specifically give out this because what we're trying to do is get more people to stay on campus, but we can give some ideas of where students have stayed previously. So if you want that, go to Edvoy and they can give you some information, and I can also help them as well. Now, if you want to see what campus looks like and what the campus accommodation looks like, we've got a virtual tour. So do go and have a look at our virtual tour and see how this looks. Now, to give you an idea of prices, this is the prices for the current year. So this is students who are studying now. And I'll give you an idea of what the prices are like off campus and on campus in a moment too. So Westfield Court is our newest accommodation. So this was finished in 2019. Starts at £130 for a single room with a shared bathroom with shared kitchen, and goes up to £210 a week for a 1-bedroom apartment. So you have a separate sleeping room to your living space to your bathroom. And there's also different options in the middle as well. Courtyard is all en suite, starts from 147, and those single 1-bedroom apartments are 210. Taylor Court is all en suite as well. For undergrads, starts at 125 and is 135 for postgraduates. Now, accommodation have actually done a really fantastic deal for international students for this year. Taylor Court has come down to £106 a week. So you can get an ensuite room on campus for £106 a week in Taylor Court. As I say, if you want to stay there, get it booked in now. This tends to be our quieter accommodation. So if you're an undergrad student, I would say go for the Courtyard in Westfield. Taylor Court's a really great space if you're a postgrad student and want that quieter environment. Courtyard is fantastic because it's right next to Students' Union. So if you're a bit of a party person, really good place to be. Westfield is great if you're a business student because it's right next to that. All of the prices for the new incoming year are on the website. But as I say, they start from £106 per week. Now, when we're comparing that to off-campus accommodation, if you're looking at kind of like a lower level budget, then we're really lucky that the city can offer you some like really good value accommodations. And the cheapest I've heard of this year is £65 a week, all bills included. However, that's only going to be 1 or 2 accommodations, and students are already starting to book. So they're starting, you're probably looking at something around £75 to £80 a week at the moment for a single room, shared bathroom, shared kitchen in a shared house. And that could be anything from 5 to 20 minutes walk from campus. Now, I actually walk to work once I'm back on campus, and it takes me 20 minutes to walk to campus as well. I am used to really good weather. I love being in Pakistan. I love the weather in Pakistan. I love the heat in Pakistan. And the UK is cooler. It's much cooler. So therefore, I've got a really good coat to keep me warm, and I've got really good shoes to keep me warm as well. And I have to say, this has done me really well over the last 3 years. Now, give you an idea of what our accommodations look like. This is Westfield Court. This is Taylor Court. So this is the cheapest option on campus, and really, really good style and standard of accommodation. This is some of the best student kitchens I've ever seen. I've been to lots of different accommodations in the UK. This is some of the best that I've seen in any university. And this gives you an idea of the proximity. So where we're now, so Loxley building, which is in front of us there, is actually for biomed science students, and it would take them, I would say, 30-minute walk to Westfield Court. Now, on to what we're offering as a university in terms of that support aspect. And this is really important because you're not just coming for your studies. We want to make sure that you come out as a really well-rounded person, and you get all of the support that you need as well. So our teams are there for wellbeing and mental health. So if things aren't going quite as you planned, there's really good facilities there. During COVID pandemic, that's all been available online as well, and really been needed for our students too. And don't feel worried about going to approach them. Everything is always confidential and kept so in the UK. We've also got really good immigration advice, disability advice, learning support, academic support, and then also our careers service as well. And I'll give you a bit more in-depth detail about those. Now, on the academic support side, when you come to the UK, it's going to be a different system to the way that you've learned already in Pakistan. And I would say to you, go and see the skills team when you arrive, and make sure you start getting all of those skills that you need to have a really fantastic study experience. The skills team do a lot of things online. They also do a lot of one-to-one, and they'll start to be doing face-to-face appointments as well. Some of these are classes, some of these are just one-to-one sessions. So lots of different things. And they cover things like studying, writing, referencing, using the library, doing analysis, those presentation skills, ICT skills as well. So lots and lots of support. And I would say go and see them as soon as possible. Don't just wait until you've got your first assignment in. Think about all of the things that you might want to know while you're learning. A lot of it, as I say, is already online. So you can book in those sessions online and do them in your own time, or you can book in for specific appointments once you say get to start writing your first assignments. That is included in what you pay. This is part of what you're getting at our university. Now, as I was going to say to you, this picture here is not of campus. This is in London. This is one of our placement opportunities for our politics students. So if you're interested in politics at undergrad level, some amazing placements in UK government. Now, career support give you lots of help in terms of looking for jobs once you graduate, whether that's in the UK or overseas. And they give you one-to-one advice. There's also lots of different ways of, they show you how the UK jobs market works in terms of job search and things like that. We also have really good e-mentoring and employability awards as well. So lots and lots of support there. They also support you to find student jobs. So if you want to get a job while you're studying, the Career Centre can help you there. And I would say to any international student, especially doing a master's, go there as soon as you're registered. As soon as you've got registration out, go and see the Career Centre and start thinking about what your journey is going to be while you're studying here in the UK. As I said, we've got an amazing immigration and visa team. So if you need any help whilst you're studying, you've got any issues, if you've got any issues while you're making your application now, they're there for you as well. So they'll be able to help you with the new graduate route. So this is the post-study work visa that we have in the UK. Once that's all up online and up and running, they'll be able to give you advice about that as well. So lots and lots of help via the visa and immigration team for you. Now, as a university, we have a really amazing students' union, and they're there to make sure that your voice is heard. So if there's something that's not right about your course or you want to change about the university, students' unions are the place to start. They also run all of our sports and societies as well. They do lots of things for skills development. So if like you're interested in something in particular, go and find out what the Students' Union are offering. And they also do a lot of welcome events as well. So it's a really great way to get to know people, not just from Pakistan, but from all over the world. Now, on to the academic side. What can you study at the University of Hull? Now, we're set up in 4 faculties, and while you're choosing your courses, doesn't really matter. It's more about kind of like the subjects that we're offering, and I'll go into these in a bit more depth. Now, in our Faculty of Arts, Culture and Education, we've got lots of different schools. So School of Arts, School of Education, Criminology and Sociology Department, Department of Languages, Philosophy, Department of History, Department of English and American Studies. And you can see there the big range of different types of courses. Now, if you want to see the individual course details, this is all available on the website. And I'm not going to show you here today because as a university, we've got 150 master's degrees and I just don't have time to show you everything. So do go and have a look at the website for the detailed information about that course. And if you can't find anything, then unfortunately, we don't run that course. If you're not sure what to do, go and talk to Edvoy and they can give you more information about the courses that we're offering there too. Now, on to our Faculty of Business, Law and Politics. We have our business school, so Hull University Business School. We also have the Law School and the School of Politics and International Studies, probably our most famous department in the UK. So the law school is one of the oldest in the country. We have been there since the beginning, so since 1927, making us one of those oldest law schools in the UK. Lots of really good alumni have passed through the law school, and also lots of people with lots of recognition within the judicial system in Pakistan as well. Now, within the School of Politics, as I said, we've got like really good placement opportunities for undergrad students, both for UK and for international students as well, and a really great range of different courses there. Now, onto the business school. Now, this is where I expect a lot of you will be considering going. And there's lots of different courses in things like accounting, finance, business management, logistics and supply, marketing, HRM, and all of the details for these programs are on the website. And the good news about our business school is a lot of these are what we call conversion masters. So these will take you from a different background. So you might have been an engineer at your undergrad, but you now want to look at business management or you want to look at financial management. Our courses can take you, as long as you've got an interest in them and some really good knowledge, then you can study one of these particular areas. So do have a look at the website, get more details about the programs. Now, a little bit more about the business school. It is a double accredited business school. It has the accreditation of AACSB and also AMBER accreditation as well. Now, a lot of courses in the business school come with different accreditations like CIM, for marketing courses, CIPS for logistics and supply chain, CILT for logistics and supply as well, and then ACCA, CIMA, CFA, all of those types of things. And the way that you find out if your course has got accreditation will be on the website too. So do refer back to the website, that detail will be there. And if you're not sure, go and talk to Edvoy, and if Edvoy don't know, they can always come and talk to me as well. So lots and lots of different opportunities for you there. Now, in the Faculty of Health Sciences, this is where they have all those different departments that are related to the health of people. So we're looking at health and nursing and midwifery. We have a medical school in here, which is a joint venture between the University of Hull and the University of York. And they have lots of courses. They have MBBS students there, but run lots of different courses as well in things like clinical anatomy, pharmacology and drug development. We've got really great courses in biomed and forensic science. We've also got the sport and health and exercise science and some really niche programs in there too. We have psychology and we also have social work. Now, these guys have some amazing facilities to be using. And if you're considering studying one of these types of courses, Hull is a really great place to be coming. So have a look at the website for the details about what you'll be studying on these. And as I say, if you want more details, ask Edvoy about them too. Now, on to the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Now, we offer all of the sciences, so physics, chemistry, biochem, maths. You've got environmental, earth sciences in there. There's biological and marine sciences as well. So literally covering everything that you'd expect from a Faculty of Science, and lots of different niche programs in there too. So do have a look at the website to see what's available. Really popular courses this year have been renewable energy for master's students, and we've also got a lot of students who are looking at things like analytical and forensic chemistry or advanced chemical engineering, advanced chemistry as well. So lots of different options available for students there. Now, on the engineering side, we offer courses in electronic and engineering, mechatronics, robotics. You've got mechanical engineering, mechanical and medical and biomedical as well. So lots and lots of different types of engineering. Now, master's levels are a little bit more restricted this year. You've got programs in energy engineering. So if you want to look at renewables, but from an engineering perspective, then energy engineering is the course to look at, because although renewables not in the title, it's all about renewable energy. You do a small module on looking at petrochemical. Then within mechanical, we've also got a master's degree in that this year as well. Then within chemical engineering, you've got really fantastic job opportunities as well. So any students who do chemistry or any students who do chemical engineering have got really fantastic employabilities in the UK, especially in Hull if you want to take them. Now, within our School of Computer Science and Technology, they have all of our computer science degrees. You've got an advanced computer science degree for our master's students. Our AI and data science degree actually is run by our School of Physics rather than by our computer science, but it's a good place to give you information about this. Now, if you're looking at studying AI and data science, you need to get your application in now because this course is going to close very soon. There's a really, really high number of applications for this. So it's going to be a really mixed and interesting experience for you meeting and having students and classmates from all across the world. Once again, all of the details about these courses, the different accreditations that they come with are all available on the website. And if you need any help, go to Edvoy, and then as I've said before, they can come back to me if they need any support. Now, looking at the requirements, so if you're coming from Pakistan, what grades do you need in order to get onto a degree at the University of Hull? So I'm hoping that most of you will have done, so if you're looking at undergrads, then we will take students directly from intermediate, 65%. And we will take associate degrees. So if you've done a 2-year 4-semester program, we need a 55%. Now, if you're looking at coming and doing a master's program, if you've done that 4-year bachelor, then it's 60%, also the same for a 3-year honours, or if you've done the 2+2, then we're looking at 55%. And this will always be on your offer letter if you haven't completed yet, or if you're looking to come, this is also on the website. So if you're not sure, we can ask Edvoy about this too, and we can help you. Some courses will need you to have a background in your subject area, however others will not ask for this as well, so it really depends, and that is all documented on the website as well. Now, on to English language. Now, our standard English language is always set out as IELTS. So IELTS is 6.0 and 5.5 in each skill. However, we accept a massive range of other English language tests, such as O-level English. So if you did IGs or O-levels during your 10th, then we can accept that if you've got grade C or if you're doing them now. If you're doing, we also accept the new Oxford International English Language Test as well. So the ELLT. Our grades are all published on our website, so and we update this as soon as we accept a new English language test. So Edvoy will have this information and they can keep you up to date as well. Now, on to making applications, go to Edvoy. They will be following this guidance that we've got here. We can accept UCAS applications, direct applications, and then applications through our admissions portal as well. And Edvoy will be supporting you to do that. And they'll be talking to you about all of the supporting documentation that you need as well. So it'll be one letter of recommendation, or you'll need a personal statement that covers why you want to study that subject area, why you want to come to the UK, or why you want to come to Hull. You'll need your transcripts and also your certificates as well, and your English language. Now, on to the tuition fees. Now, for undergrad students, we have got 2 levels, one for arts programs and one for science. Arts, it's 14,800 per year, and science and engineering is 17,550 per year as well. Now, we do have some really good scholarships for those students as well, and I'll be showing you those in a moment. Now, for the postgrad students, this year, we have matched our international fees to be the same as our UK fees. So therefore, what you're looking at paying for a humanities degree, which also covers politics and law, is £7,850 for the year. Then for science and engineering degrees, these are £9,000 for the year. This will also cover the health sciences degrees as well. And then if you're looking at a business program, then this is 9,600 for the year as well. Now, this is for our standard 12-month programs, and there are a few different exemptions. Website has the most up-to-date fees on there. So if you're not sure, it will be published on your offer letter when you receive that, and it's on the website too. And if you want to check before you apply, then Edvoy can give you the details. And if they're not sure, once again, they can come back to me as well. This is going to be the most affordable opportunity that you are going to get to study in the UK this year. Now, the reason why we set our fees at this level is to ensure that students are getting the best opportunity that they can because of the awful year that we had in 2020 with the COVID pandemic still ongoing, also the impact of Brexit to EU students as well. So it's just there to give you a really good step up in a really interesting and quite disappointing time in our lives. So hopefully this will give you a lot of opportunity to be able to study in the UK. Now, as I was talking about undergrad students, their fee is higher, and this is not giving as much opportunity. So in order to give them a better opportunities, we have got some really amazing scholarships out there, and these are available to all students. So if you're an undergrad student coming to do an arts degree, you get £1,000 a year for as a scholarship, and science students get 1,500. Now, if you're also coming from a South Asian country, so everybody here is going to be from Pakistan, you'll also be getting the £2,000 a year. So for arts students on an undergraduate course, so this is a bachelor's degree, you get £3,000. And for a science student, you get £3,500 for the year. Now, the great news about this as well is this is for every year of study. So every single year of your study, you will get this discount. So this in total for our art students, £9,000, and for our sciencey students, this is 12,500. So, and this is guaranteed. You don't need to apply, don't need to do anything else. So really great opportunity for our undergrad students to be getting an affordable study as we can offer them at the moment. So that's everything from me at the moment. Over to you guys. Looking forward to hearing your questions. And thank you. Right, I'm going to stop sharing this and then we can go back. So, right, what questions do we have? How can we help you today? So,
thank you so much, Emma. This was actually a very brief explanation regarding university and their facilities and courses and faculties as well. I hope everybody, get the desired information. Actually, it's extra information. So I just go through with the questions with you, so you can get much better understanding. Okay, so first question is usual question, like what are the scholarship percentage?
Scholarships for postgraduate students, we have one which is still available. However, closing date is in a few days' time, and it's only going to be for students who've already made their application. So that one scholarship is going to be worth £10,000. And as I've said, tuition fees are under £10,000. So it would be a full fee scholarship, but very tough competition. So requirements for that are slightly higher than our standards. So you need to have higher English. You need to have your English already. So if you don't have it, you can't apply, unfortunately, because the closing deadline is the 31st of May. Now, this is the Great Scholarship, and details are all available on our website as well. So if you've got good grades, so we're talking higher grades than what I've showed you already, you've got good English, higher than I've showed you already, then you can consider applying. But details are all in the website as well. And then for undergrad students, there is no requirement for percentage. If you are from Pakistan, you will get 3,000 or 3,500 per year.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. The other question is, what about the initial deposit for international students?
Okay, yeah, really good question. Something I never put on my
Like
presentation,
how
so
much
I
is the
always
initial
like it.
deposit?
Yeah.
And obviously it's for forecast.
Yeah. So for postgraduate students, this is £2,000. So to secure your place and to get your CAS, we ask for a deposit of £2,000, which is paid directly to the university. We have a few different systems to do that, and Edvoy can help you with that. For undergraduate students, there is no requirement. So if you're coming to do a bachelor's degree, there's no requirement for a deposit. We asked you to do a few other things to secure your place first.
Perfect. And so it's like it's my personal question. So you don't have to pay like anything, after that before enrollment.
So they do have to pay before enrolment. So undergrad students, before they can enroll on the course, so in September when enrolment takes place, you have to have cleared 50% of your tuition fee as an undergrad student. So you can't enroll without having paid anything. But for us to issue you a CAS, we don't require any funds up front.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And okay, so we having just popped the question now. So some people claiming a student have to pay full fee for cash. So as she said, as she already mentioned, you have to pay 50% before enrollment
As an
and
undergrad
10
student, for
for
undergrad.
undergrad. Okay. And
For postgraduate, so masters is £2,000 only. It's all documented on the website. If you want any kind of additional assurances, it's also on your offer letter as well. So once you've got your offer, then it will show you on your offer letter what you're required to pay. And the offer letter stands as correct.
perfect, thank you. Okay, there's a question. I'm currently studying undergraduate program. How can I apply? So do visit us at Edvoy, Pakistan. We are based in Lahore, Gulberg, too. Do contact us, do visit us. We will guide you through all the queries you have. We'll assess your documents on the spot. And if you are eligible, if you meet entry requirements, if you are good to go, we will apply straight away. Perfect. Okay, Jim. What is the last date of application or what is the deadline for September intake?
Okay, so this is different depending on whether you're undergrad or whether you're postgrad. If you're looking for masters, depends on your course. At the moment, the general deadline is the 1st of August. However, if you're looking at some of our popular courses like AI and data science, logistics and supply chain management, and business management, these are likely to close earlier. So I would say if you're looking at these subject areas, get your application in now. If you're an undergrad student, so if you're doing IB or if you're doing A levels or if you're doing HSC still and you want to come, then the deadline can be a little bit more flexible. But for postgraduate, then 1st of August is our general deadline.
Perfect. Okay, there's another question regarding courses with placements.
Okay, yeah. So master's level, we only have one course that's got placement built into the program that is assessed. And that is in business management. So there's a business management with internship, and that has a 4-month placement. There are also different placements within some of our more specialist programs, but they're done in a shorter way. So if you do things like cancer rehabilitation or cardiovascular rehabilitation, they have placement built into the modules rather than as an individual period of placement away from campus. So some courses have those specialist elements. Now for undergrad level, if you're looking at from an undergrad perspective, so a bachelor's degree, we offer either a standard 3-year program where you wouldn't be doing placement, or you can do a 4-year degree that has a whole year in industry. And that can be, excuse me, and that can be anywhere in the world. So you can stay in Hull, you can look in somewhere else in the UK, or you could come back to Pakistan.
Perfect. Okay, can you please repeat the entry requirements for IELTS?
Yeah,
What are
okay.
the extra tests universities are accepting, and what is the minimum requirement?
Yeah, so we accept IELTS. IELTS requirement is 6.0 and 5.5 in each skill. So that is, and that's both
UG
for,
or PG both?
pardon?
Is that for undergraduate or postgraduate both?
Both.
Okay, that's
It
great.
does change. So for the internship program, so the business management with the internship, it's slightly higher. They ask for 6.5, 6 in each. If you're doing kind of like a clinical specialist, then that has higher. But generally, if you're doing engineering or you're doing a standard 12-month business program, even law has the 6 with 5.5 in each skill as well.
Perfect. And what extras you have mentioned you are accepting OAE, LLT, or ATC test? And
Yeah, that's correct.
you guys accept PTE person?
Yeah, absolutely. So PTE, IELTS, I think we've just verified the Pearson Versant, which is the online version of Pearson as well. We accept a lot of other online tests. So things like when IELTS were doing the online version, we accept that as well. And we're still taking that. We'll take students who are doing A levels or O level. So our website is always up to date. And whenever we get a new test, we update it on there as well. So yeah, you guys in Edvoy will have that detail at hand, or actually any student will as well. So really, really good place to be able to get that information and be able to share that with the students too. And obviously I'm always on hand to kind of go, yeah, this is the grade that you need for that particular course. And so we publish, so for things like PTE, we publish our grades. Don't ask me for PTE, can't remember it at the moment, but I know what like our requirements for like Oxford ELLT is. I think it's a B2 plus with no element, so it's a 5 overall, and then no element below 4 for the Oxford test. So there's lots of different things that we have out there, and we're very flexible in this. There's a few courses that we don't accept, so we don't take Duolingo. But there's lots of different options there. And if students don't meet the English and they want to do extra English language courses, we do have an option of an online pre-sessional this year as well. So that is there too, if they don't want to just keep taking tests, which is something you can consider doing.
That pre-sessional is online completely, is it?
Yeah. So this year, a pre-sessional is online. It's not on campus, so students can study it online.
And it's my personal question, like if any of the students have done their 4 semesters in undergraduate and they're looking for the transfer case, so what will be the possibility?
It depends on what they've done within those 4 semesters already. If their subjects are aligned, so if you're doing, say, computer science and you've done similar modules to our first year, then there is, and the students got really good grades, then there is potential of bringing them into the second year. So there is a lot of opportunity there for us to consider bringing them in at a later stage, either year 2 or year 3, depending on what you've studied already.
But they can apply if they match the criteria.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what do you think about the COVID situation, current COVID situation, or the red list going on right now?
Yeah, okay, just to give you an update of kind of the situation in the UK and then kind of like what's happening with the red list. UK actually at the moment is looking really good. The news that came out yesterday is we do have the Indian variant in the UK. It is quite well contained, and what the government have published is that the spread isn't as rapid as they thought it might be based on data that's come out from India. Okay, so that's a good thing. They think that they've got it under control, and the government are really closely watching what's happening with the Indian variant. The other variants that we have in the UK are being really well managed. A lot of people are now vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I get my second vaccination in a couple more weeks. and like gradually we're getting through everybody to get them vaccinated as well. So all of our older people are vaccinated. So kind of like my mom, she's vaccinated. People who are in certain sectors, they're vaccinated. So yeah, that's looking really good. And then those people like my age, we're now getting vaccinated as well. So things are looking really good in terms of kind of like making sure that people are healthy and kind of like doing okay. Shops have now opened, cafes have now opened, bars have now opened, restaurants have now opened. We can now go inside and eat, which is really good. That happened on Monday, so I haven't actually been out for any food yet, but I have been out last week. We could sit outside in places, so you could go to a restaurant, sit outside, cafes and things like that. And it feels okay. Like the UK is really strict. And actually, because of the way that British people are, we also like our space away from people. So we're not a very close people. We are with the people that we know, but like when we see strangers, we always have a gap anyway. So that kind of like helps us with our mentality of kind of like how we cope with COVID. Then, so it's looking good in that respect. So UK feels pretty good right now. It looks like we're going in the right direction. And that's for all of the countries that make up the UK. And you have to consider that actually Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland all have different rules to England as well. Now, in terms of the red list and what's happening there, as we know, Pakistan is sitting on the red list. India got put on the red list. Bangladesh is on the red list. So basically, you know, I think Nepal and Sri Lanka are both on the red list as well. You've got all of those transit countries as well that are on the red list. So things like UAE are also on the red list too. What we are doing as universities is we have a sector, a body that where we can come together and we can lobby from that one individual body. And that body is lobbying into government to basically look at different ways that we can support those students from red list countries when they come in. So if Pakistan doesn't come off the red list in the near future, then what we'll be able to do is we're looking at different ways that we'll be supporting students. Some universities have already made the decisions that they'll be able to front the costs for students living in accommodation or living in government accommodations. But what we're doing is we're waiting for the government to make a decision about how this will be managed by all universities, and then we'll be able to support the students from that point onwards. So we're looking at, we're basically keeping aware, aware of the news and aware of what's happening in the sector, and as soon as the government's made a decision, then we'll be able to decide what we're going to do about it. But there's lots of conversations happening within the university right now. We're looking at all of the students that have applied from red list countries and making sure that we're aware of kind of like who can be affected. For us, Pakistan's a really big proportion of that. So Pakistan, especially for me, we get a lot of students from India, but we've got a really big number coming from Pakistan this year as well. So for me, Pakistan's as important as India. So I don't want students to think that we're not considering Pakistani students as high priority in the way that we would consider Indian students. For me, it's the same. Okay. And actually, I think the risk that we have is actually going to be greater for Pakistani students because obviously like things like exchange rates and funds and things like that are actually going to like really impact more on a Pakistani student than perhaps a student coming from India. So it's something that I'm looking at and I'm keeping aware of. So I'm updating our senior team, I update my managers and he updates his managers, which are the senior management of the university. And when we get decisions, we'll be telling people like Edvoy our information and what's going out, but we'll also be telling our offer holders what the situation is and how we're going to be supporting you. In terms of if we get Pakistan off of the red list and it goes on to amber, which means that you'll have to quarantine in as you arrive in the UK. What we did last year is we were able to provide accommodation on campus for our students staying on campus, supporting them with meals, entertainment, things to keep them going during the 10 days that you have to self-quarantine. If students are staying off campus, then there was lots of options available for them as well. I have to say that I personally went out and helped some students because of when they arrived. I was doing food deliveries in my local community. I live really close to the university. So don't worry, there will be people there to help you. If we get Pakistan onto the amber list and you're stuck in a place, at least if you go into a government hotel, you know things are going to be provided for you. Whereas if you come onto campus, we'll be looking at how we support you as well. And I'm working really strongly with our student experience department to make sure that you have everything that you're going to need during that time. We're also looking at having kind of like rolling intakes. So that'll mean that students will be able to come in on different dates. So there'll be lots and lots of flexibility this year too.
Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you so much. So I don't have any questions at the moment. So it's just time to wrap that up. So thank you so very much for your time. It was a very brief actually explanation from your side, from myself as well. I have cleared many doubts regarding University of Hull. So thank you again. Thank you all the attendees you have attended this webinar. Just keep in touch with us if you have any further questions. If you need any kind of assessment, just contact us. Feel free to visit us. We are here to help you. And just remember, next intake or current intake is September. So if you are ready, if your profile is ready, just don't waste your time. Uh, we are here to help you out. And thank you again, Emma. Thank you so much. See you in another webinar,
Look
take care
forward
of
to it. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks for seeing you all today.